or I have to act a little crazy when this thing first starts because there's so much lag. I don't know exactly whenever y'all are actually hearing me. So we're gonna wait until somebody says, hey, we can hear you. Then we'll get to yakking. And we'll get center in the camera. All right. So let me know when y'all can hear me. We're waiting. Hello, Ralph, if you can hear me. No, Rodney. And Ralph was up there too.
You are live. All right, we are live.
We are
Good,
live.
good.
All right, so how is everybody doing? If you're new, please let us know where you're from. And I'm always curious about the temperature too. As far as down here goes, it's nasty. It is nasty. We just rolled the shop doors up. It's been raining today, disgusting, just raining all day long, windy, kind of chilly. I was worried about us maybe having to close all the doors and just do this in the shop because just a minute ago, it was back to misting pretty hard. Now it's done let up again. So I don't know with this weather. And it wasn't even really calling for rain today. That's the odd thing. So welcome to Florida. If you don't like the weather, apparently wait 5 minutes, but not today. It's been cold, nasty all day long. Well, cold for us. All right. Okay, so we have quite a few people on. We got Connecticut in the house, North Carolina. Ralph says we're doing a good job on the pole barn house. Thank you. We're doing the best that we can there. 57 degrees from upstate New York. 69 degrees and sunny, says Brad. That's awesome. One Arm Hunter's on. Hello. Mr. Richard, our winner from last week's on. Good to see you, Mr. Richard. Hopefully you've had a chance to test your drill out there. We got Uncle Tim on.
Oh.
Not really, but we call him Uncle Tim. You got Kansas in the house, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 62 up there. That's crazy. That's like what the temperature is here. Actually, it may be in the 50s. It's kind of it's just
chilly.
Just nasty. 67 in Michigan, 61 in Virginia. How about that? And Richard said he has tried his drill out, and thank you. So awesome.
Good.
Hopefully you enjoyed it. Ray Outdoors is on. Gary Phillips from Nova Scotia. Awesome. Thank you so much for jumping on and joining us today. So this week we're just going to kind of do a repeat of last week. We'll talk about your questions. Answer those. We'll talk about what went on this past week, what we've got coming up this week. I think we've got a video, if I can get it edited, coming out tomorrow. A lot of y'all will like, so we'll talk about that. And then we're going to do a little cooking at the end of this thing as well. This is not a cooking channel, but for some reason we started that a while back. People seem to like it. We're going to throw a couple steaks on the grill tonight, if this rain will let up, because I have to grill outside.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's going to be interesting.
We don't want wet steaks.
Yeah. Brandon says it snowed like crazy in northwest Montana yesterday. He's over it. I bet you are. Sounds like everybody's had a pile of snow this year. I'm kind of over winter, but I'm still enjoying the fires back there. Always passionate about firewood and fires. So, but I'm kind of ready to get on the boat, have some sunshine, and enjoy the rivers and oceans down here, without a doubt. See, that's crazy. One on one says it's 54 in Manitoba, Canada. So we're all within 5 or 6 degrees of each other, from Florida all the way up into Canada. That's wild weather. Whereas last week or week before, everybody was like, oh, it's minus whatever and snowing. I don't understand it. Chris says steak. Yeah, he'll be right over. I think we only got 2?
4.
Shh. We only got like 2.
Oh.
We only got like 2, Chris.
Yeah, only 2 steaks.
Yeah. All right, Max on, we're doing good. Thank you for asking. Hopefully you're healing up well. Good to see you. And John says it's nice and warm there, 52. I don't know where you are, but 52 is not nice and warm here. So enjoy your warm weather, I guess. Go get a suntan. And Richard says there's no time for fishing. You got a house to build. Isn't that the truth? Actually, I did go fishing just a couple days ago, trying to get a video out for the other channel. Worst fishing trip of my life. Not a single bite, not a single follow, no blow up, nothing.
We cannot start this year out like that.
Last year was rough, and this year is starting out worse. It really is. I don't know what's going on with the fishing. I might start just going to the coast and saltwater, I guess, because they always seem to bite there. But freshwater fishing is just crazy difficult here lately. I don't understand why it is. All right, we got Pam on. She says, hello, Tiffany and Andrew. Hello, thank you so much. She has been watching a heck of a lot of our videos. Thank you so much for that. Truly appreciate it. And Ronnie's on, says nice in Newport, Arkansas. So, man, we got people all over the place.
Tennessee.
Yep, absolutely.
Canada.
Hey, there it is. 32 degrees up in Newfoundland, Canada, or Newfoundland, if I'm saying that right, Canada. Yeah, our southern tongues doesn't pronounce that well, but 32 degrees. Finally, somebody with what we call cold weather. 70 in Tennessee, so that's awesome. Woo, 24 that morning. So, all right, some of y'all are seeing some cold weather. So we got our first official question, other than us talking about weather, I guess. Brendan says, what year and horsepower is my John Deere tractor? It is a 2018, and it is the 66 horse model. So quite a bit of horsepower for a compact tractor. Actually, it's the most powerful compact tractor I'm aware of. And the reason I did that is because I like plenty of PTO horsepower for all the mowing that I do. I run big mowers, and I'm mowing 6, 7, 8 hours a day a lot of times. Y'all are about to see a lot of those videos, whether you want to or not. They're coming. We're starting to get some green back there other than the football field size of dirt that I have put out. You're going to get another dirt video too, whether you want it or not. So, all right. Jumping on. We got a lot of people from Canada in. Awesome. Thank y'all so much for watching. So, one video that is popular, it's like we got enough people want to talk about it. A lot of y'all requested a house plan video, and I've been talking about that a lot. So we just got done recording that, I don't know, an hour or so ago. I started editing, I can't speak tonight, editing it right before the live stream. Boy, I'm telling you, I'm country, y'all. I can't speak. But we started editing that right before the live stream, and I'm going to do my best to have that uploaded for tomorrow afternoon. So those of y'all that's been watching, y'all can barely see the pole barn house build back there. We will go over our floor plans tomorrow, and Vanna White here, y'all will get that later. We'll kind of give you the tour of the inside of the house. So that's a video I think a lot of people are excited about. And John asked, Andrew, how did you use the dirt? I used every bit of dirt I had. I need more dirt, and I've been digging off the backside of the property too. So that video is also coming out. I still have a tremendous amount of dirt work to do, no doubt about that. Jump back up here. Maureen says, you guys are great, so happy Daniel Arms suggested you guys. We are thrilled that Daniel suggested us. I'm still so thankful for what he did. And it's been awesome having a rush of new subscribers this week. Literally have had, I don't know, 1,500 comments in the last week and a half, and I've did my best to respond to every one of those. And I forgot to mention on last week's live stream, but if y'all have sent me a comment, I try to respond to every single one, and I didn't respond back. I'm having an issue right now with YouTube picking up on certain keywords. You could have an honest comment, but a certain keyword in it, or if you put a link or something, it thinks it's spam, and a lot of times I'll go to your comment to respond, and it's deleted. It says comment no longer available. Now, it could be because there was something vulgar in it, although I haven't been seeing that. It could be a link or something that broke one of the rules, or I don't know. Sometimes it's just sheer accident. So if you asked a question or had a comment and I didn't respond, ask it again. I will get to it. That's something I'm struggling with right now. I'm trying to figure out why I keep dropping random comments. Now, with that said, 99.9% of the comments y'all post, I get, but there's quite a few, 5 or 10 a week that I've been going to that have just vanished on me. So, thought I'd mention that.
Somebody wants to know what Bullet Sweater says. Let me see if I can get him up here. And it says, I can't remember. I hunt for hugs.
I hunt for hugs.
And he does. This little boy loves to hug, as you can see.
Yep.
He loves to snuggle and hug.
Yeah, and help me keep up with comments like that.
Yes, I'm trying.
I'm doing my best. If y'all comment on here and I can't get to you or she can't get to you, just keep asking it over and over. And I've told her to try to trigger on that and butt in and say, hey, somebody's asked this a couple times. We'll try to get it answered.
I've already seen some dump trailer comments.
Dump trailer comments, my favorite. All right. Let's see here. Andy says he's been watching our fishing videos too today. So thank you so much for supporting the other channel. We really do appreciate that. We'll do our absolute best to get more of those fishing videos out. And child of God, I can't necessarily disagree with you, but I'm thankful for YouTube and it giving us this platform to at least, talk with y'all. But things are getting a little more and more stringent each day. But what can you do? I don't own it. And Rodney asks, what do you use to get your bonfire going? I just can't get mine to burn. It's dry. And believe it or not, I'm actually burning green wood back there because I've run out of seasoned wood 2 months ago. Now, this stuff is 3-4 months seasoned, but nowhere near really ready to burn. I don't know if you have what we called fat lightered or lightered wood, heart of pine where you're at, but our big yellow pines and loblolly pine trees around here, when they die, they pull all the resin down to the center of the pine tree and ultimately in the stump. The tree can rot and be gone for decades. That stump's still there, hard as a rock with all the resin in it. I just burnt my last piece, or I'd show you. All it literally takes is a chunk this big. I stick it in the bottom of the fire, get it going, stack teepee wood all up around it, just make some kind of log cabin or teepee shape, and that resinous wood will burn so hot and plenty long enough that it'll get everything going. Then of course, as soon as you get a coal bed going, it doesn't matter what you throw in there. It can be super green wood and you can get it going. But heart of pine, and actually I need to do an episode on that one day, because I've got old lighter fence posts here. I've got some lighter stumps out in the wood I need to dig up. I'm not super low yet on my stash that I have behind the wood pile, but I do need to go get a little bit more of that. So that's a good idea for an upcoming video. Oh, what else do we have
I got
here?
some questions about the insulation of the house.
Okay, so as far as insulation goes, we are going to do isonine spray foam insulation. And I did not talk about that in today's house plans. I didn't think about it, but I guess it's house plans, not every single detail that we have. But spray foam insulation, we're dead set on that. I guess we're kind of doing a pole barn build a little weird. Most people build a pole barn house to save money. It gives you an opportunity in some areas. We're kind of throwing all that out the window. We're decking the roof. We're making it strong. That was one savings we could have had. The other thing is we're going for top of the line isonine spray foam insulation. It's hot Florida. We don't want our AC running day in, day out. We don't want a high electric bill. It's kind of that buy once, cry once type of thing. Well, we want to invest in good insulation and kind of keep our electric bill low. I like the feeling of that. Our last house was very efficient. We had low electric bills, and I don't want to be one of these people that's having $200 something, $300 a month electric bills. The $100 something a month range is where I want to be, and I don't think we're going to have a problem getting there with that spray foam insulation. Any other repeat questions before I jump to a couple? Or
Let's see. No, I think I'm trying to catch up on them too.
all right. So Andy is familiar with fat wood. It's got a pile of different names. And Brandon has asked, do I like my steel 462? Love it. Actually, it's been sitting in the closet over there for a while. I have got to get it out. Hopefully one morning this week, if it's cool enough, I'm gonna go down there and cut a little firewood. At least get the last of everything I have cut up, and then we can start working on some firewood splitting videos as I have time. But favorite saw I've ever owned. Love it. Tons of power. It should be maybe not a lifetime saw, but it should last decades and take care of anything that I ever have. Highly recommend the saw. And the family farm homestead says, by the way, you need to wash your windshield on your tractor. You are correct. You are correct. And actually I did that not this morning, yesterday morning. I went out there and took some paper towels and cleaned the heck out of it, because I've noticed some of my videos are looking a little bit grainy. However, all that dirt I'm playing in back there is powder dry, other than today when it's raining. And I can clean the windshield, go out there and work for an hour, and it's dirty as can be again. So that's a constant struggle with filming and working in dusty environments. But I'll get on cleaning the windshield for you again.
We have a question about the ceiling as well.
Okay.
I've seen that a couple times.
All right. What does it say?
Let's see. What kind of ceiling do we plan to put in the house?
What kind of ceiling?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be two different types. We're going to do a tongue and groove pine ceiling in the living room, and we're going to leave that vaulted. And the rest of the house, we're actually going to drop the ceiling down to 8-foot standard walls. That's somewhere where we can save some money, so we can buy 8-foot sheetrock and not have to do strips and buy a bunch of a lot of extra taping and mudding. That'll just be a sheetrock ceiling. But as far as the vaulted living room goes, tongue and groove pine, and I do actually talk about that a little in the house plan video that I'll put out tomorrow. And let's see here. Gotta say my saying for this week. Richard says his house is around 2,400 square feet and average electric bill is around 120 a month. That's exactly where I want to be. I'm looking for that. Just had a guy come over earlier who has a pole barn house not far from us, and we actually looked at his house before we decided to go this route, and he says his average bill is about that, 120 or so dollars. I love that. That is exactly the range I want to be in. Actually, our last house was old, but it was insulated well, and there was a lot of times throughout the year we would have $90 electric bills. Probably 3 bills out of the year would be high 80s, $90. That was usually in spring or winter when you didn't run much of anything, but loved seeing those bills. We never ever had one go over $200 ever in our lifetime. So that's where I want to be. Happy to hear that. So Greg just jumped on. He says, thanks to Arms Family Homestead. Found your channel and love it. You both are great. Thank you. We appreciate the support. Thank you so much. And Team Danzer says, Wi-Fi is cutting. I hate to hear that. Y'all let me know if we get to buffering too bad. Sadly, whenever we get extremely overcast days like today and it's spitting rain, it really does kill the signal, even with a cell phone booster. We're having to pull off of a tower way far away. So I was wondering if the rain would hurt us today. I've kind of been noticing a drop in signal ever since the overcast skies showed up on us. But we'll do the best we can. So Lane says, how long will it take to build your new home? We just don't know. With the crazy high prices and everything right now of all building materials, but especially lumber, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time that I should be building, shopping around, driving somewhere and trying to find lumber, because I can't just order it from my local places anymore that would deliver it. Some of them, or actually a lot of them, are sold out, and the prices they're asking are just, it's insane. Can't justify it. So we're just gonna have to do a little bit of looking around. We're hoping by next fall, winter, the house is done, but we're not gonna rush it at the expense of paying way more for it than we should. We're gonna try to be smart about this. So there may be a little bit of delay here this week as I'm looking and trying to get some lumber brought in. May have to go pick up some myself, but as soon as we get some in house, we're raising walls. We're gonna keep going. See, Ralph says he's got to go eat his dinner. Take care. God bless. Appreciate you jumping on and chatting with us. Thank you so much. And Maureen, thank you so much. She said everything's streaming fine there. So that always makes me feel better. Doing everything over a hotspot and phone, it always makes me nervous. We really want these live streams to work out, but we're not set up well for them at all. I'd love to be doing it from the laptop and have some nice streaming software and super fast DSL, but that's one of the prices you pay for living out here in the country and not having a house right now. Eventually we'll get there. Brad says if you have a dump trailer, you can haul that lumber easier. You got a great point. And I can haul all that dirt that I've been digging the last 2 days. Instead of one bucket at a time, I could go load the trailer down in the woods and bring the whole trailer back. So it would save wear and tear on the tractor and save diesel and all kinds of other stuff. Y'all help me out here. Hey. So Donovan asked, how about solar on the roof? We have yet to really consider solar. I don't know if we've got the discounts in our area or tax incentives that we used to. That's something to look at down the road, but as of right now, hadn't really considered solar. Definitely an option and been kind of a common question. Something we should look into eventually, but as of right now, I've got so much going on, I better just focus on getting some walls up and getting a house to ride in. But something we absolutely will. And Chris says we need to show off his new room. he's been sending me stuff on the side all the time. He says he can envision his room back there when I talk about adding on with a stick fish up there from the other videos I do and all. He's been cracking me up this week. Oh, Chris, I can show off your new room. Sadly, it is grass. Doesn't even have concrete because that's where we'll eventually build. So yeah, as of right now, you don't have a room. Otherwise, I can show you the storm shelter. Storm shelter. There's your guest room.
That's our spare bedroom.
Yeah, it may be.
So we have some metal studs questions.
That has been
we also talked about this week.
That has been another very common question. I've had a lot of people reach out to me in the comment section and say, why not go metal studs? That is an option. However, it's not just an easy option. We have specific type of lumber listed in our engineering plans. Obviously that the wind loads and everything that are quite important for our area, being that we're in hurricane states, it's all rated for lumber. So I'd probably have to go back and talk with our engineer to even see if it would be allowed. Plus, I'd have to price it out. And everything I'm hearing is, yeah, steel studs are actually cheaper than wood right now, which is just crazy, but is the world we live in now. I'm not taking that option off the table. I'm actually going to price some steel studs out this week. But one big concern I have with it is I've always worked with wood. I'm very comfortable with wood. All my tools are set up to work with wood. I kind of hate to have to start from scratch and learn a metal stud, go through re-engineering if we potentially have to, or possibly have to get new tools or blades or whatever else to work with the metal studs. And I may be making this more complicated than it is. I don't know. But I do plan on researching that this week. And good question. It's been brought up a lot. Hey, we got a question for you.
Oh, we do.
Yeah. Tiffany, at what point will you actually get involved with the build, or do you talk everything out like the foam insulation? Your reception is perfect so far. Thank you so much for the reception one. So when do you think you want to get involved in the build? When you want to put your tool belt on?
Well, I do plan on helping him. We talked about that. You know, I do work long hours with my job, and there are some things that I'm going to have to help him lift and do. So, and I try to help on the weekends too. So whatever I need to do to help, just let me know.
Her way of helping is this thing. you go get that done. I want a house. I want to get out of this camper.
I am not like that.
She's a good motivator with this thing right here. It gets a lot
Whatever
done.
I gotta do to get it done fast, I will make that happen.
But in all honesty, we're very thankful. Her job has been very busy here lately because last year it was not when COVID hit. It was scary. And with me, taking that leap of faith, leaving a good paying job and now doing YouTube, which is nowhere near what I left, but we're getting there. It's slow growing and maybe eventually we'll get there. It is a absolute blessing that her job is as busy as it is. She realistically won't have time. However, there's going to be things that I can't lift or do by myself. I might have to call friends out, or it might be like I build a bunch of walls on the floor, and when she comes home in the afternoon, she'll help me lift them up to save my back or for me doing something stupid. So she will be involved some, but there's going to be a lot throughout the week that she's literally out working. There may be some weekend stuff that we can include on here. So I wish we were like some of the other channels where people do YouTube full time, both couples, and can work all day long in the house. But we are financially not at that point to where we can take that big of a leap of faith. But maybe eventually this channel could grow to that point to where we can include her a lot more in it.
I would love that.
Yeah, so time will tell. Logan says this is a nice cup. It is, Logan. Thank you for sending it to us. And Richard said his dear wife helped build their house. The biggest help was she cleaned up behind me every day. That absolutely does help. You have so much tools and junk scattered everywhere, and then you got to spend the last hour of your day picking all that up, plus trip hazards, everything else. And I will say, if y'all built a house together and y'all are still together, y'all are meant to be. I could see that being tough. Very tough. So it might be a good thing that she goes and works every day and I'll build the house. We might wind up killing each other if we work all day long together on a house.
Oh, come on now.
I know. We've been together 16 years. We're still together. We're good. We're good. But a house, I think, could really test a marriage without a doubt. All right. So, Bubba Jones, thank you so much. Just threw a donation out there. I have
I enjoy the variety of videos.
There it is. My comment finally jumped up. So, dump trailer fund.
There
Yes,
we
we got a little more money toward it. I just updated it after the last live stream, and I will update it again. So, thank you so much for that. Eventually, y'all are going to get me there. We're going to get that dump trailer. So, thank y'all so much for that. Appreciate it. All right. Lena says, Tiffany, would you want to quit work and do YouTube full time with your husband?
Well, we've talked about that, and if it gets to that point, I would love to be here more. I mean, there's so much I can help do, and once we get animals and all that, and I think I would still want to work part-time just because I really enjoy doing what I do, and carry insurance probably too. So I think
Definitely an option. Not an option right now, but something we talked about. We have big plans, and we pray there's tremendous growth for the channel, and it could potentially afford us that opportunity. But like she said, we have discussed, she is passionate about her job. She loves it. So why not do it part-time? Maybe eventually YouTube can get us there to where 2 to 3 days a week she goes out and works her other job, and then she can come home and relax the other days and, look pretty on the camera. Maybe that'll help us. All right, Tally Shelby said, you brought up a great point. By the way, I like your name. I'm assuming you're over there in Tallahassee. Said lost acres of pine trees in 2018 due to Hurricane Michael. That's a very valid point that I keep forgetting to bring up. And she's talking about they got pennies on the dollar just to get them off the ground. So why is lumber so high? Well, I had heard a lot of that lumber, you hear things, wasn't good. They cut it too early. It was still 6 or 8 years out. And I heard some people blame that's why we're in a lumber crunch right now, and then the COVID complicated it. But you bring up a valid point. If they went out and got so much of it, paid cheap for it, you would think prices would be the other direction. Nobody knows anymore. I'm talking with lumber stores and places now. I'm more involved in this than I've ever been because it affects us now. Nobody can really give me any good reasons why, and the lumber stores can't tell me why it still continues to go up. We haven't had COVID regulations around here in forever. The mills have been back to full capacity. I'm hearing there's lumber like crazy at the lumber mills. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's some price gouging stuff or what, but I would be happy if somebody would step in eventually and cause this stuff to go down. Otherwise, we're creating another housing bubble is the way I see it. As soon as it finally does go down, the house that you built is no longer worth what you paid to build it. A bad situation. Ronnie asked, are the gnats bad today? Good question. Because it actually cooled off the last couple of days and have been extremely windy, the gnats are gone. Thank goodness. However, as soon as it warms up the next 2 days, the gnats are back. And speaking of that, we had an awesome subscriber send us something. Apparently felt so sorry for us. He sent us a bug zapper in the middle of this week as Mr. Doug, so thank you so much for that. And a couple Thermacell canisters like I've never seen that we can put on the table. Plus, y'all been giving me suggestions all week long. Apparently, I felt sorry for us about the gnats. And citronella candles
Oh, yeah.
was a,
We gotta
or
do
the
that.
citronella lamps. That was an awesome suggestion. And guess what? We have about 6
I
over
know,
there.
we didn't even think about
We didn't
it.
even think about them. So, yes, we're going to burn the gnats out next live stream that it's hot. But as of today, we're enjoying our gnat-free day. It's amazing. We love it. Yeah, Lena says lumber's high across the country, not just Florida. And that's what I keep hearing. And a lot of people mentioned earlier, too, that steel's done went back up. And I've heard that it has. So I don't know if the steel studs are even really much of an option right now anyways. So, Jerk of All Trades says the alleged reasoning is due to the increased demand from DIYers and the lack of mill activity during the first couple months of COVID. That is a thing. I mean, I guess you could say
I
we're
read
guilty.
articles on it too. Yeah.
So maybe you can say that we're guilty because we're still building during this time, although we're looking at, other options and not taking anything off the table. But it's probably gonna require a bunch of homeowners saying, that's it, I'm done, I'm not building right now, I refuse to pay these prices. And we're starting to see that in our area, believe it or not. We have a lot of vacant slabs, house slabs that are sitting there where people started, did all the stuff with the bank, prices went crazy high, and they said, forget it, we'll just have a slab with plumbing sitting here, and we'll just be patient and wait till the lumber prices drop. And it's probably gonna take a lot more people doing that before we catch us a break. So Michael Gregory, thank you so much, just made a donation to us.
Thank you.
Said, your channel is why I purchased my 4066R 2 weeks ago. Your videos are very helpful. Awesome, very happy to hear that. So maybe John Deere will catch on to that one day. I've done had a ton of people tell me they bought tractors based off these videos, so listen up, John Deere. But thank you so much, Michael. Hopefully you enjoy that tractor as much as I have. I use mine for hours today, spreading all that dirt back there that you see. It's been an absolute lifesaver and backsaver here. So One Arm Hunter even says up in Canada, lumber's crazy. I don't get it. Texas Bow Hunter Elkhart says, hey, Kelley's good to see y'all from the Franks in Texas. Thank you so much for jumping on. There's Kevin Brewer. He said, plant some lemongrass. I heard it's good for bugs. That is not a bad idea because that's one of your essential oils that you get too,
Yes.
right? Lemongrass. So we've heard that ourselves. Any other questions that you've seen that's been popping up a lot? And Jerk of All Trades says, looking at the prices of everything, their houses went up almost $35,000 in value. I guess that's true too. House value has went up, but so has the cost to build it. It's just all over the place.
We have a question about what kind of work I do.
Okay,
I'm
go
a
ahead.
physical therapist assistant and I do home care. I've been licensed for 14 years now, so I really enjoy it. Really do.
And Richard asked, do we have access to local sawmills? We do, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm very picky about the lumber. A lot of them around here don't necessarily have it kiln dried or ready to go, and that's very critical and important to me. I'm not gonna rule out, a local sawmill, but I wanna make sure the lumber is dried to the specifications it's supposed to be at. So I'd have to be even more picky about the sawmills that I price. And I don't know what their prices are going for too. It may be outrageous there as people start looking for those options. But I'm not taking nothing off the table. I'm gonna start calling around as soon as tomorrow, trying to find some wood that I can get out here for a decent price so I can start getting some walls up. So pray for us. My goodness, pray for us. We need it. And Jerk of All Trades says closest kiln dried stuff's nearly 80 miles. So apparently you must know my area and know whoever's kiln drying. I'll have to look into that. Will you be talking about cost as we build, says the Solo Asylum. I do plan on that. Probably, I may do a video this week or next week showing you the point that we're at, because I've actually started calculating up some cost per square foot for porch, since you can essentially say porch is now done, other than if we're gonna paint the roof or put some board up underneath to hide all of the blocking that we did. I don't know, it looks halfway okay, but you can technically say porches are done, concrete's down, permits are done, and I've already got a cost for that. So we absolutely plan on being transparent, open, and honest about cost. I'll do a video very soon. And then obviously once the whole house is done and we get to the end, I'm gonna have a tremendous amount of receipts and things to add up, and we will definitely go over the details there. I wish this was pre-COVID. I think we'd be more excited to talk about cost and price per square foot, but I gotta understand it's just gonna be a higher cost per square foot now. However, the way we're doing it, it's still not gonna be what it would cost to go pay a general contractor to build me this house. And we kind of had some rough figures, really kind of pre-COVID on that, because we almost had someone build a different style house. Then everything just kind of stopped and we went this route. But we do plan on talking about that before long. And Dina asked, is the build going the way I wanted, other than can't get lumber and lumber being high? Yeah, it's going just fine. I'm very happy with the 2 contractors I've hired. The slab turned out excellent, looks really good. The barn has went up relatively quick. All we've got left is put on the metal, and the contractors have worked excellent with me. So at the moment, yes, no big problems from the inspector, other than their, holy moly, I almost died, building permit fees. That was a shocker. I wasn't expecting as much as that was. We'll talk about some of that and the cost stuff as well. There's been a lot of surprises, and not good surprises, but everything has been going to plan, I would say. Solo Asylum says they've been looking into barndominiums. Their RV will fit inside of for years. It's popular choices. They're starting to catch on more and more. This area isn't crazy with pole barn houses, but the inspector did tell me he's starting to slowly see more and more of them. I know there's certain areas in the country that a lot of people do pole barn houses. They have their pluses and minuses. We'll talk about a lot of that as well as we kind of get into the house build. And Marina asked, Tiffany, do you enjoy gardening when you're not at work? You seem to be such a sweet soul.
Well, about that.
Go ahead and be honest.
Well, Andrew does the gardening most of the time, and then I help put up the vegetables and cut the vegetables and cook them. But I grew up with a grandmother that was big into gardening, but flower gardening. So I kind of had my years of weed picking and being out there. I didn't enjoy it. But I do like going out there sometimes and helping get the vegetables. And it's so nice to go out there and just pick stuff fresh out of the garden and put it up. But Andrew does all the work on the garden usually.
Yeah. And that's not much of an excuse, because when I was a kid, I hated gardens. I remember saying I would never do a garden in my life, because guess what? My dad worked shift work, but he loved planting a garden. He was just not home a lot to take care of the garden. Ding, ding, ding. I got left notes on the counter. Every Saturday morning, you go out there and weed the garden. You'll pick it. You'll do this, and you got to do all that before you go get on your four-wheeler or go to your friend's house. Oh, I hated it. I'll never do a garden all during the week. Make sure you turn the sprinklers on this time. Go out there and pick this, because when stuff starts coming in, you got to pick daily. Well, it didn't take me but a couple years of getting out on my own, and I started having an itch for a garden again. I missed it. It's funny how things you hate as a kid, you wind up loving as an adult. So maybe not in your case, but definitely in my case. She loves eating the stuff that I sweat and break my back over out of the garden. But I think it's a good trade. I'll go out there and grow it and take care of it, and she does the majority of the cooking. I cook some, but she is by far the big cooker here. Good trade for me. I love going out and dealing with the garden. And here's your vegetables. Whip us something nice. Actually, we're going to cook some okra and stuff out of the garden tonight. So I think it's a good trade. She doesn't have to be into everything that I'm into. Lena asked she says the bloopers at the end of your video the other day was hilarious. Thanks for sharing the good and the funny side of things. That's only the second time I've ever did that, but I just got a light went off to do that a couple weeks ago. People reacted to it and seemed to like it. I'm kind of a cut up anyways, although you watch a lot of my videos and I seem serious to the point, but you get on a live stream and I talk your head off and cut up. That's who I am. So I will start including those more. I don't always have bloopers. That's why they're not the end of a lot of the recent videos. Sometimes you go out there and you can't get a video. You can't make the video to save your life. Always something. And sometimes you go out there and it's just as smooth as can be, and then you're right on into editing it. But I will try to continue to include those. No, I'm definitely not perfect. I have problems all the time. And if it's something worth sharing, I'll put it on there. But I'm glad y'all are getting a kick out of that. Quite a few people have said that. Oh, the family farm said they were the same way about gardens. I'm assuming hated them. Now you love them. So, and today's day and age, my goodness, it's kind of nice to know how to garden. Things are getting wild prices and just crazy times. So makes me feel good to know how to do a little bit of a garden and have some seed stashed back. And Diane, says, finally got to a live stream. I've seen several people mention that tonight. They set their reminders. Yes, whenever it pops up during the week, click that little button, set the reminder so it'll pop up again whenever we go live.
Yes, y'all talk to us. If y'all have any questions, let us know.
Yes. And Chris says he's still waiting on his birds to grow. He's got a lot of dry humor like me. He told me he planted bird seed the other day and he's still waiting on his birds. That sounds like one of my uncle's jokes, Chris. So Stacy says the most awesome channel. Love the progress of your house. Totally awesome. Thank you so much. We truly do appreciate the support. Thank you for jumping on and kind of going on this journey with us. Solar Asylum, my next property will be north of Chiefland because the strict building requirements down here. You're in the Tampa Bay area. Yes, you would be amazed how literally going from one county to the next. There's one county that's actually 2 counties over from us, but doesn't take but a few minutes to get there. The rules are completely different. The building codes are different. You've got to pay thousands in fees. You've got to get permits for things that we never would here. I can tell you these rural counties maybe don't offer a lot to you, like, you know, a bunch of stores and everything else. Yeah, you can kill that blind of me anyways. But they have benefits too, like lack of strict building codes and lower taxes. So it's kind of what you're looking for. And Dan jumped on. We might as well talk about some chainsaws a little. I know I've been kind of slacking on the firewood videos, having a lot going on. Well, I lost your question. Oh, he says he sure likes his new Steel 391. He just got that 5 tanks of gas, still as sharp as the day he got it. And thanks to one of your comments. Glad you still have time to get things done. Thank you, Dan, for jumping on. Enjoy that saw. Be safe with it. And I will get mine back out before long. Cut some firewood up because we need a lot more for next year. My racks are getting empty down there again because we're burning it constantly. We're getting low. And I am not running out next year like I did this year. It's the first time I've ever run out. Not doing that again. Let's see here. Oh, Mac asked, how's my ice machine doing? I've had quite a few people comment and ask that today. Doing great. It really is. Probably has 80 pounds of ice in it. However, I've been taking ice out twice a week. We took 20 plus pounds out yesterday and put it in a cooler. I took some out earlier this week, put it in a cooler, and I said I wasn't going to do that. But when you have the ice here and it's convenient, I've been going over there and kind of stealing a little and putting it in the coolers. And it's still outrunning me. I didn't think that it would. So I'm using 20 to 30 pounds a weekend, grabbing a few more pounds out during the week, and it's still filling up on me. Now, being this is summertime, I don't expect it to ever fill up because I'm probably going to keep pulling from it about as quick as it's producing. However, once we get back to fall and winter, I expect it to fill up to the point that I'll have to cut the ice makers off. But it's doing really well. Been enjoying the heck out of it.
We got somebody that got them a Blackstone because they've been watching us.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Yep. Actually, we're going to cook on our Blackstone here in just a little bit, and I'm going to fire up the charcoal grill. So I will break away here in a minute to go light some charcoals. I might do that here in just a couple seconds because it's going to take 15 minutes for those things to ash over. Mm-hmm. So Marine says, retired military veteran, thank you so much for your service.
Yes,
and gardening is your therapy, and growing season doesn't start till June. Woo! So living vicariously through us. So that's awesome. That is what I've always said YouTube's for. For a couple different things, for learning, entertainment, and I use the word vicariously all the time because that's the way YouTube's always been for me. Finding something that I'm passionate about or dreaming about, like this property before we ever bought it, I was watching channels all over the place, just dreaming, seeing how they develop their property. So that's awesome that my gardening now can kind of get you motivated and excited for June. Man, that's a long ways off. I feel for you. I hate to tell you, we're going to be picking vegetables and most things will be done by June around here. Then I'm going to start planting again. But keep living through us. We thank you so much for watching. Roy says you guys are awesome. Learn so much from you. Always look forward to the next video. Love the way you plan. Thank you. Thank you so much for the kind words and watching. And the Family Farm Homestead says I go through a lot of chainsaw chains. Can't keep them sawing dirt. Yeah, tell me about it. I tend to cut a lot of dirt myself, although I did just get some firewood tools that help me roll the logs over and keep from cutting much of that. Wanda says her daughter and son-in-law are thinking of selling their home and buying acreage. Told them they need to watch you. Thank you so much. And build your home. It's really the way to go. This is the lifestyle to me. Now, yeah, this isn't for everybody, but I don't think you know until you try this. Out here, peace and quiet, kind of doing what you want to do. Again, cheaper taxes, relaxing type of lifestyle, gardening. You know, as I've just said, it's therapy. It absolutely is therapy to me. Mowing all this grass is therapy to me. It's relaxing. I don't have to think about nothing in the world. Just get out here and develop and work on this piece of property. I challenge anybody to try it. If you're thinking about living this lifestyle, absolutely do it. Watch plenty of channels like us. There's a ton more on the internet, and maybe it is for you, maybe it isn't, but you get to see all the stuff we do. Now, that doesn't mean this is easy. This is not easy at all. I'm having to work from sun up to sundown most days just to take care of this place, and there's people with a lot more acreage than us. We haven't even got into the animals yet and everything else that's going to come along the property, but it's a labor of love. It absolutely is. And I forgot there was a question a while back. Somebody asked, do we plan on getting some farm animals anytime soon? Or actually it said pets. I'm getting a bug more and more for a farm dog. I kind of been thinking about it for a while, and I don't know if it's quite time yet, but I'm starting to think more and more about I want to get a dog. Then I want us to go into some chickens, and I'd like to have a dog around that can keep a lot of these critters run off that come up here constantly. And as the house goes along, we'll slowly move into more farm animals that we want to have. But as far as pets go, yeah, we got a little bullet. I think I want a farm dog. I think we're going to stop there for pets. Then we're going to go into the animals, the chickens, the goats, the cows, and other things that we're dreaming about. But as of right now, that house right there is requiring the majority of our time. If we can get that behind us, yes, we're diving headfirst into animals.
We have a question about the woods and the pond, what our plans are for that. We have videos on the trails that we have through there too.
Yes,
we have
we do.
trails through there that we ride, and it's so beautiful. You got to check it out. It just looks like you're in a different state when you go through there, and you can talk a little bit about the ponds and the ducks.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of plans for the woods, honestly. I enjoy them. I'm a big outdoors guy, so having the woods was very important to me. I built the trails in there. There's a whole trail building series on the channel if you want to check out the playlist there. It's just peaceful and relaxing to me, just like the gardening I was talking about. I love being in the woods. I absolutely love it. Love those trails. Need to get my fat butt out there and start walking some of those trails, especially for all the snakes get to hit in the ground. Not much plans for it. It's always there. We've got merchantable timber. If we ever need to dip into that, it's kind of like a retirement account. I have no intentions of cutting those woods out there. That option's there. As far as the pond goes, don't want to do nothing to our ponds other than down the road, I would like to put a floating dock on the only one that tends to hold fish. It went dry last year, so I doubt there's much in it right now. Plus, a dock is just not a project that is a priority at the moment. But I want to leave the woods alone. I'll just keep taking care of and maintaining my trails. And like I said, a dock for the pond, that is pretty much it. That's all I think we want to do for that. Now, as far as the pasture and all up front, yeah, this is where the development's really going to happen. The animals, the pens, the fencing, everything else that we're going to do. So, okay, thank you. Marina just made a donation to us. Thank you so much for that. She said she's very thankful for both of us. Have a coffee on me. Thank you so much. She's a big-time coffee drinker. I go in spells. I like coffee, but it's got to be cold. So thank you so much for that. We're so happy that you're enjoying the channel. And thank you so much for all the watching and commenting you do. I see your name pop up all the time, so we really do appreciate that. So Gail asked, are we planting blood orange citrus trees? Red inside and delicious. Don't have any of those. As far as my citrus trees go, actually I got to get those in the ground ASAP too.
Yeah, I've been on them about that.
Yeah, I've got to get them in. We've got Myers lemons. We got regular lemon. We have regular lime trees. We have key lime. We have loquats. I think that's all the citrus that we're going to plant right there. I love citrus, but believe it or not, I just don't go out and eat it a whole lot. I don't know why. I don't have a problem with fruits, but just don't tend to eat fruits a lot. I think once they're right there growing on the tree, I'll use a lot. I love limes. We're constantly putting them in drinks and things like that. And
Did you say we had a peach tree?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I said citrus.
Oh, okay.
We also have a peach tree too, which is Florida. We're going to see how well a peach tree grows in hot Florida. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I will do a video on that before long. Oh, Trey says, Terry says we got to get you more involved on these live streams. Chris and a lot of other ones have been on her pretty hard.
I'm trying.
Public speaking is definitely not her thing, no doubt. That's why she's expecting me to keep this thing rolling. But
well, he's so good at talking. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I am. Used car salesman in training right here. So Bat Creek Cabin just jumped on and said, good evening, Kelley's. Great progress on the house. Thank you so much. Appreciate the watching that you do there. And
we had a comment. Richard asked if you went turkey hunting yesterday.
I did not. I'll tell you why I didn't go turkey hunting yesterday. I woke up, opening day, kind of exciting. Woke up before daylight. We had a concrete crew here. All I heard was banging, hammering, and then the concrete saw that is basically a loud chainsaw crunk up. Sun ain't even come up above the trees. There was so much racket here. I bet our neighbors wanted to choke us, especially for Saturday morning. But these guys had to get all their tools and equipment out, had to get the foreman boards off, cut the relief joints out there. So there was no way. And then I woke up this morning early, and it's pouring rain and blowing sideways, windy. So not been a good opening weekend. No turkey hunting for me, not at all.
We had a question back up there now that I remember because somebody just responded about the fire pit.
Okay.
He said he's new to the channel and he wants to know where you got your fire pit.
I build those fire pits. Those are actually ends of propane tanks. I have a whole bunch of them in the woods. I go out and buy them occasionally. And y'all, if you look back on the channel, I like to build fire rings, fire pits. Eventually, I want to build smokers. I love welding, love metal work, big passion of mine. And for some reason, I just got the itch earlier this year to kind of start making fire pits. That one right there is one of the biggest ones I have ever come across. That tank was 41 inches across. So I cut the domed end off. It's 3/8 of an inch thick. We'll never burn that thing out. And I cut the legs off of the propane tank itself and welded them on there. That's actually the first one I ever built. I like to think the ones that I'm building now look a little better. I do square tube legs and handles on them and all. But I make them and actually have sold quite a few to viewers. So I really appreciate that. Until YouTube itself picks up, the channel grows more. Side income like that is a huge help to us without a doubt. But I guess that was my long-winded way of saying I made it. Richard said it was nasty there yesterday and he went anyway, so I bet it wasn't as nasty as today. He says he got skunked. I've heard a lot of people say that. Ever since this cool weather kind of showed up the last few days, I don't hear any turkeys gobbling. Hadn't even really seen any in several days either. And Tally Showy says, wait till winter to plant your trees and citrus and Mother Nature will take care of them. I know, I have drug around again. You're really supposed to plant them when they're dormant. And here it is, spring, things are blooming. And I'm realizing, ooh, I forgot to plant the citrus trees. So yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful with that, no doubt. And Child of God asked how much they sell for. I'm assuming you're talking about the fire pits.
Yeah.
I do fire pits, fire rings. They start, it just depends on what you want, honestly. They start anywhere from $75 up to $300 or so. Sadly, I don't have none that big anymore. It's hard to tell on camera, but that thing is huge. Just can't find any tanks that big anymore. But the majority of them that I do are 32 inches. That's the most common size, and the price varies. But if you're interested in one, I do have a email down in the description of every video. You can email us, Kelley's Country at Gmail, and I can work up something for you. Because some people want handles, certain types of legs, and that varies based on how much work that I have to put in it. I don't have a website or anything right now. Like I said, I just kind of started doing this. And Brandon asked, do we have any sponsorships yet? You two have enough subscribers. Well, the subscriber count that you're seeing, we pretty much just got. Literally a week and a half ago, we were at 55 or 5,800 subscribers. So again, very thankful for what Daniel done for us and all of y'all jumping over. But as far as this channel goes, no sponsors. My other hunting and fishing channel, I have one channel sponsor. It's the Sportsman's Outfitters. Great company. They reached out to me very early in that channel. Pretty much, it's just an affiliate program. They gave me a little bit of stuff to fish with, and then people that go to their website, use the link in all my videos and purchase hunting or fishing things, we get a very small commission, kind of the same way we do with our Amazon affiliate store. So that's the only sponsor I have right now.
And that's on the Kelley's Outdoors.
Yep. Yeah, I also have that link on this channel too.
Yeah.
So if y'all want any of that stuff, it really does help, and we truly appreciate it. But as far as sponsors, not yet. I keep waiting for that dump trailer sponsor. Eventually, I'm going to get one. So excited.
Diane wants to know what is the update on the storm shelter.
Okay, the storm shelter. I've worked on it some and started recording, but I have not worked anymore. I have had the opportunity, but the reason I could not work on it was because I would not have been able to record any of it for y'all. We've had contractors here, we've had music blaring, too much going on in the background, and I have to be very careful about what I allow on my YouTube videos, especially music and all. I get copyright strikes. And all it literally takes is 3 of those. Your channel can be shut down and deleted. I did not want to move forward finishing the storm shelter without including y'all because it's been such a big series. I plan on jumping on a lot of that this week because I don't think I'll have contractors here this week. I think it's going to be next week before we finish the roof. So that's coming. It is actually safe and usable right now, bolted down, door latches, everything good to go. I just need to finish up some wiring He's over there passed out.
No, I'm getting the fire.
Okay, I just need to finish up some wiring and paint, do some shelving, very minor stuff. We can knock it out pretty quick other than all the painting that is tedious and does take some time. But we're getting there. I definitely want it done before hurricane season comes. That's when I'm gonna need the power and we're gonna do long extended stays. Right now with the tornadoes that come through with cold fronts, it's already set up and ready to protect us for that. That's no problem. Typically you're not in there long. When you get a tornado warning, it's gone in 20 to 30 minutes, you come back out. So getting close, getting very close. Tim Breathhold says, am I gonna stag a MS 880 with the stimulus? Well, I hate to tell you this, we're trying to figure it out, but I ain't got no stimulus. She ain't got no stimulus. I don't know what's going on. I'm making the least amount of money in my entire life, and I haven't been stimulated. So I've been checking. We're praying that it comes, but no, I will not be getting another chainsaw with the stimulus. We need, if we get a stimulus, don't look like we are for some reason, it would go to lumber and lumber only because I need walls way more than I need another chainsaw. And One Arm Hunter says we need a grapple sponsor. I agree.
Yeah.
Grapple sponsor.
I agree too.
Yeah, she agrees too. She doesn't want to spend no money on it. I want one so bad for my tractor. And Chris said storm shelter, that's his room. Yes, Chris, we know.
We'll finish your bedroom.
We'll finish your bedroom, Chris. And Richard says plant your trees before working on the shelter. You're right. If I'm going to plant them, I need to do that now. And like Tally said, should have done that probably a month or two ago. I'm dragging around. Family Farm Homestead says you're burning up all my firewood. She didn't have to work for it. She doesn't care. She'll burn it all up, no problem. I'll just have to go work, split more.
Well, everybody gets on to us when the fire gets down, so I just want to make sure it stays.
Yeah, and now it's actually spitting rain in
feels
here on
great.
us. So it does. You can actually feel it. I've got it close enough tonight finally. And now that we're getting rained on and wind blown in here, the fire sounds good.
Eat it bigger.
Hey, there's Chris. He just jumped on.
Right.
So thank you so much, Chris.
And Tiffany.
Yep,
Yes.
Chris and Tiffany. I should always say that. Change your channel name to that.
Chris and Tiffany.
Thank you so much for that. It says house is looking great, enjoying the video. So we truly do appreciate the donation. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And the house is coming along. We're very excited. Still a long ways to go, but we're going to keep sharing it with you. Hey, see, what kind of drone do you have and what kind would you recommend for a beginner? I have an old DJI Spark. They don't even make it anymore, but I can tell you, if you're going to get a drone and be serious about it, DJI is the company to go with, without a doubt. There is a ton of, a bunch of other Chinese ones on there from Amazon and everything else that have decent reviews, but if you want one that is worth owning, DJI all day long, that new Mavic Mini would be probably my number one choice for the type of stuff that we do around here. We don't need no big extravagant one that you'd go shoot movies with, but they're very impressive. That's the company I'd recommend all day long.
Yeah, we got Cash with the dump trailer.
Yep.
And
Everybody's
saying, hey, we missed you last week.
Right.
Yep.
I'll
He
tell you
skipped out last week on
Yeah, he
us.
did. I'm going to break away for 1 second.
Yes.
We're going to have intermission. So if y'all need to go run to a bathroom break, I've got to go put some charcoal on the grill and light it. I'll be back in 60 seconds. So I'm going to step away. Wish I had some music to play right now. And you can talk. This is your spotlight. Get her, Chris. Get her, Chris. It's her turn.
Wait, there's going to be a load of questions now.
Yeah. Ask Tiffany some questions.
Yes, we'll be done with the fire here pretty soon when summer starts, so. Yeah, now that we're doing the live streams at 7, we're gonna be eating dinner a lot later. What is rolling in the background? Oh, it's trash. So we get hungry about this time, and I gotta get the Blackstone going too, so as soon as you're back.
And then I will let you do your thing.
Scenery just got a lot better.
What did they say?
Chris said the scenery just got a lot better. No bugs tonight, nope.
No, thank goodness, no bugs.
Tiffany, you need to start yakking. I don't know what to yak about.
I'm gonna make some racket.
We're getting a lot more rain now.
All right, I'm back. Scenery just got a lot worse, right? I heard that. Sorry for all the racket. Had to roll the door down. It's literally raining in the shop now, as y'all can see on the concrete back there. And what's he doing? He's still over there sleeping.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Yep. All right, so the show must go on, says Cash. That's right. And what kind of hobbies are you into? See,
Oh,
your
I'm
question.
sorry, I missed that question.
Yes, you did.
Yes. Well, I love riding horses, and hopefully one day I will have my horses to ride around here. But I really enjoy all the same hobbies that Andrew does, like going on the river and fishing and just being in water in general. Like anything that we can do, going to the beach. I love all that. So that's kind of my hobbies.
Yep. I got a oh no, I'm back, and a bunch of other mean things. So I guess I can leave.
Also, what's your favorite part of the new house? My favorite part of the house is probably his favorite part of the house, which will be the porch, because, you know, just what we're doing right now is what we're going to be doing when the house is built, being outside. But I guess besides the porch, my little powder room, my half bath, having my own little space right there that Andrew won't have none of his stuff in it.
I don't know. I'm gonna put like 14 toothbrushes on it, mouthwash, and everything else. I'm gonna
Having
junk it
my own
up.
space to get ready in the morning, because right now we only have one bathroom in the camper, of course. So having two bathrooms is a huge plus, huge plus.
See, there was another one. So Courtney says, new follower here, how long have we owned the property? We've had the property for 7 years. We bought it and have just been kind of slowly trying to work at everything. We're trying to live a lifestyle. Get him, Bullet. We're trying to live
Lit on fire
Yeah,
here.
we are. Woo, just whipped in the shop. I burnt my hair up. Oh, wait a minute. So we've owned our property for 7 years, and we've just been slowly developing and trying to pay as we go. It's just a lifestyle that we're kind of getting a little more desired to live for now. And that's why we've been saving for so long for the pole barn house over there. You're kind of, as weird as this sounds, you're kind of getting in on the ground floor of it, even though we've had it for 7 years, because it's been slow to develop up to this point, just with all the shift work that I used to work, and again, the saving of the money. But other than trees and a few other things around here and planting all the grass and leveling the property, the big projects are about to start now. All the building, the shops, everything else that we got going on. And eventually the animals. Cannot wait for the animals. That's going to be a huge addition to the property here. So Lena, thank you so much. You just made a donation to us. We truly do appreciate that. Thank you. And she says, thanks for sharing your life. Here's for Bullet treats, doggy treats.
Oh, cool.
All right, Bullet, you just got your first donation.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And we would have Bullet right here, but he is actually over in his doggy bed, passed out right now. Another
Stay
day,
warm.
Yeah, another day he didn't get 23 hours of sleep, so he's over there kind of doing his thing. So, we got a problem.
What?
So Cash asked, is his room in the shelter finished? And then Chris is now trying to take the room in the shelter. Chris and Cash, I'm gonna have to let y'all fight this one out. We don't know, or y'all can share. We'll put bunk beds in there. Oh goodness. And there's Chris talking about my monster stick fish again. We'll have to fish off and see who catch the smallest fish. And Lane asked, did we plant all the trees behind us? Yes. And sorry, I guess I could flip this up now that there's no sun out there and gonna blind you.
There we go.
No, there we don't go.
Uh,
Come on. Wow, this thing is tight. Okay, so all of those trees and the ones that you've seen in a lot of the videos, yes, there's 6,000, actually over 6,000 now, pine trees, and planted all of those. Rented from the ag department around here, or the forestry department, a 1950s pine tree planter. It was pretty much a big hunk of metal with a metal seat. I had to sit, Indian leg style, right on the back and drop pine trees between my legs, and it would close the furrow up behind you. Beat my back out literally for 2 days on that thing, but saved a pile of money. The pine trees themselves are cheap. I mean, I have a few $100s in all these trees, believe it or not. It's the labor to put them in is where it gets expensive. So that's part of the ways that we were trying to save money and do stuff here. And that pine tree planter rental was actually very cheap too. And what are you laughing at?
Oh, the stick fish comment all over the house.
So Colleen says, got a dog that looks just like ours. His name's Pistol.
Yeah, I've
Well,
seen that too.
yeah, well, we got the bullet for your pistol.
He's neutered, so we can't reproduce him,
Yep.
unfortunately.
So John says he's got to jump off. Have a good night. Thank you so much for chatting with us. We do appreciate it.
Yes, we're getting pretty hungry ourselves. So.
Yeah, so as soon as this charcoal's ready, I'm going to be throwing some steaks on the grill, and we'll carry y'all over there in just a second. So Cash says, so much for room activities in this tiny storm shelter. Yeah, I don't think you're doing much in there, buddy. Any thought about getting or processing your own lumber? I've been back and forth on it, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like cutting trees off our property. I'm kind of a tree hugger when it comes to it, and I know you're thinking, wait a minute, you cut firewood all the time. Well, I'm cutting firewood from tree service companies where they were just going to burn it up, and I only cut dead standing trees off the property. I don't know that I could get enough lumber from the couple tree service companies I have around here to really justify a sawmill, to be perfectly honest with you. Plus, it's going back to that getting everything kiln dried, the amount of time it takes. I think I would enjoy a sawmill more for making furniture and custom wood pieces than anything else. But as far as making my own lumber, that stuff requires quite a bit of time. And my goodness, we look like ghosts. We're so white.
I know.
These
The
LED,
light.
these LED lights were glowing. Oh my goodness, maybe I need to let's put it back down and see if that helps.
A little bit better.
Oh,
no,
no.
it went bad again.
Well, we're just gonna blind you with our
Sorry.
faces, so can't kill all the shop lights in here. And Welderman asked, "What's the temperature down here?" I feel like we're in the 50s. It's windy and spitting rain. It's not enjoyable at all. I don't enjoy it. Not freezing cold. And Rick just jumped on. Hello from North Texas. And what else do we have here? Andy says he's got to go. Appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us. And Ken wants to know if I plan on mounting a stick fish in the new house. If I get one big enough, I will. And that one I threw away the other day, I kind of regret not keeping it and mounting it. I'll probably mount a stick fish and then mount something on the stick fish. So how about that? I think I've already got a stick fish in the other room. I may have to show you. And Lena says the oak back behind us looks really good. You did a great job cleaning around it. I am nervous, fingers crossed, that it grows well. It is still yet to bloom out. It went through a lot of shock last year. A bunch of limbs got broke when the tornado hit. So I'm still really nervous about this tree. I'm praying that I see it bloom out in the next few weeks and start really adding on leaves. And I'm going to be a little cautious. Plus all the work we just went and did around it. I'm hoping I didn't disturb too many roots. So I'm going to be cautious for quite a while around that. What's going on?
I don't know. Let me go check it out.
Oh, I bet there was some water droplets on
Yeah.
there. Our Blackstone's over there making noises at us, so we just want to make sure we don't burn the shop down. Thank you, Angry Boats. And everybody jump on the bus and take all of us there. We're coming for a steak. Well, I got 4 steaks here. We're going to have to fight over them. And Suzanne just jumped on from Ontario, Canada. Thank you so much for stopping and chatting with us. All right, y'all got some more questions? We're letting a few things warm up. We're going to do a little cooking, and we'll wrap this up. But I know y'all got to have some more burning questions. Come on, spit them out. And Christopher says you can harvest pine trees probably 7 or 8 years down the road as pulp trees. That's exactly right. That's what 99% of pine trees are grown for in our area is pulp. That's what I did for the last 10 years, working at a pulp and paper mill. It's a huge industry here. You actually get tax write-offs. A lot of people don't talk about that for planting pine trees, and you get future potential income as long as the pulp and paper industry stays strong and there's people here to buy those. Otherwise, you got to grow a lot longer to get what they call chip and saw trees for lumber, way longer than the pulp and paper trees. But I keep forgetting to mention the tax write-offs. Trees are absolutely a huge benefit and blessing for tax write-offs. And when does the swimming hole go in? Not yet. Eventually, we have got to make a little more money first and get the house done before we start doing all that. And Welderman, you're jumping off. All right, thank you so much for chatting with us. Outside with Shab just jumped on. He says sorry he's late. That's no issue at all. We're actually kind of wrapping up the Q&A part, and we're going to go back to doing some cooking since that's been kind of popular here lately. But I'm still answering questions until we get over to the cooking. And Gail asked, are we making hot pepper sauce with your jalapeno plants? No, typically what I use those for is stuffed jalapenos. Bacon wrapped with cream cheese, that's the way I absolutely love them. But I need to make some pepper sauce this year. I really do. Most people around here eat it on greens, which I'm not a big green fan, but I also like pepper sauce on chicken and rice, things like that. So that's something I need to experiment with. And just got a question, did I put grass seed out on the bare spots? Not yet. I just found me a bag of grass seed. I've got to go pick that up. It'll probably be a week or two before I plant all these spots back here behind you. And Christopher, did I work for International Paper? No, I did not. Actually, I work for another very large company. I'll just say their first initial starts with a G. Won't say much else because they were a very particular company. So I don't even really talk about them that I worked for in the past, but huge company. You should be easy to figure out with that letter I just gave you. See, Jesus King says, my wife and I just had those same stuffed jalapenos for lunch today off the pellet grill. Oh, that sounds so good. All right, Tiffany's about ready to cook. I'm going to grab the phone and we're going to go over and watch her, and then I got to throw some steaks on there. And Outside of Shive says he is heading to Texas tomorrow for a week. Well, travel safe, my friend. All right, I'm going to grab this phone and we're going to watch Tiffany cook. I can get the phone off of here. Oh, let me get my ugly mug off of here. And Papa's A off-grid retirement might have just guessed it. James says he's new, likes our tutorials on the equipment. You should be an instructor. Well, thank you so much for watching. Now we're going to give you a tutorial on frozen okra that was out of the garden from last year.
Out of the garden, yes. I was just going to talk about that.
Go ahead.
So we have bags and bags of okra. We got to hurry up and get cooked.
Yes.
Because it's about to come in. So this is what we do. We chop it up, we freeze it, and we pressure seal it.
Yes.
And I just thaw it out a little bit, and now I'm about to throw it on the Blackstone. This is one of our favorite ways to eat it.
Yes, sauteed okra. A lot of people fry it, but sauteed is very good. And thank you, Dina. She loves our live streams, and I'm a good commentator. Haha. In your face. Woo, that sounds good. He says he loves the boat. Yeah, I need to get this thing out on the water. Yeah, Christopher says he used to work for International Paper. Best of luck, buddy. I know a lot of people that left our mill and went to work for them. And Chris, yep, there is our steaks. We've got some ribeyes, not the best ones I've ever seen, not a whole lot of marbling. Montreal steak season them on them, that's all you need. The Sunset Hosta Farm. Yep.
This is what we'll call the okra, or Everglades.
Yes, love Everglades, very popular in the South. Richard, I will get you the recipe for pickled okra. Actually, we have a video on it with the recipe in it. I'll have to get you that.
Lots of garlic. I like to be using minced garlic, but I grabbed the powder. Lots of pepper.
Courtney says they have tons of frozen okra from their garden. They have to, all they've ever done is fry it. Yes, sauteed.
And I'm about to add the onions and potatoes. Normally I don't do potatoes, but we're going to splurge a little bit tonight on the carbs.
Thank you, number one Noel. Just read your comment. Can't go wrong with a ribeye. That's right. Ribeye or Delmonico. Bert, my shop is a 30 by 51. And I'm so thankful to have it. And I built this room in it, which is junked up right now, but this is kind of our outdoor kitchen. Excuse me. We have a washer and dryer in there. Whew, all that pepper just hit me. Oh, man. So I'll show this off one day once we get this a little cleaned up. And I have a little loft up there where we've got even more junk until we get the house done. One Arm Hunter says you need beef cattle, raise your own steaks. I 100% agree, and eventually we will have a couple cows out there just for butchering. Good eating in the neighborhood, that's right. I didn't get this figure by not eating good. Check on these coals here. Do a couple pieces of oak that I split in there. Those look ready.
Alright, about to add my onions and potatoes. Here, take this.
Man, we love this Blackstone.
Add my oil.
So they smell it from North Carolina. It sounds good, and it looks good, and it smells good. Like I said, we're not a cooking channel, but we're not huge on frying stuff. So if y'all are used to just frying certain types of vegetables or fish, watch us from time to time. We love grilling. We love blackening stuff. Maybe we can offer you something there. While she's doing that, I have got to get these steaks on the grill. Kevin says he's going to get him a Blackstone soon. I absolutely recommend it. Sorry, camera's going to get a little shaky. And Child of God says, what's your favorite way to cook okra? Honestly, what she's doing over there, we love it sauteed. That is our favorite way. Fresh or frozen, it's all good. Oh yeah. Christopher says fried pork chops is what his wife's cooking. You can smell them. Oh, we love grilled and baked pork chops. Oh, Lena says she's waiting for you to do your slinging your egg or shrimp like at the hibachi.
Yes. I love cooking hibachi, but Andrew doesn't really care for it.
I'm not the world's craziest, and I'm also very allergic to shrimp. I developed that allergy as an adult, so I have to be very careful. So Steve says, very good live stream. The cooking thing really works. Well, thank you so much. I don't know why we decided to try this a while back at the end of the Q&As, but people seem to enjoy it.
And we love to eat.
We do love to eat. All right, let me see if I can get this on here without burning the heck out of myself. Yep, that's hot. What a shocker, right? Alrighty. See if I can do all this one-handed. Now, this is the sizzle I like to hear. Woo, woo. All right, when y'all gonna be here? Your steak's almost ready. Come on, baby. All right, we like our steaks medium rare to almost rare. So, well, I'd say medium rare. So all I'm pretty much gonna do is sear those on both sides, and they are just about ready. Chris says he likes his red in the middle. Awesome. Well, we can hang out with you then, because that's what we like. Trying to figure out how to do all this and hold a camera.
I know.
I may have to prop it up. Ralph said that food's looking good. Tell you what, I'm going to prop you up for a second while I go. Oh, she's got it for me. Yeah, clean that utensil for me, please, ma'am. Thank you so much. Taking care of it for me. Ooh, look at yeah. Sounds delicious. Looks delicious. Smells delicious. So, yes, about to say, y'all have any more questions? It looks like y'all do. Let me scroll down and check some of these comments. So I need the big green egg. I have actually been thinking about one of those. And do I cook wild game on your outdoor channel? I absolutely do. If you'll check the other channel out, I did deer on there. I do a lot of fish on there. I'm definitely no chef, but quite a bit of catch, clean, and cooks on that other channel. Leaving now from Kentucky, medium well. It's probably going to be beyond well done by the time you get here from Kentucky, but we'll get it pulled off for you. Nina says, making her hungry. Awesome. So, Bert, the walls are 14 high. Good eye. And I did 12 by 12 roll-up doors. I highly, highly recommend 12 by 12s. 10 by 10 seem big, but they're really not. 12 by 12, I've enjoyed these doors so much. That is the way to go right there. Plenty of room to bring in whatever I need. Diane says, wants her cow dead, no blood on her plate. Uh-oh, you might not want to eat with us then. And do I prefer charcoal over gas? All day long. There's flavor in that. Do I cook on gas? Yeah, from time to time. It's very convenient, but I mainly use that as an oven. But yeah, steak all day long. It's got to be over charcoal, and I like to throw pieces of wood in there too. It's just, oh, it's good flavor. Beer can chicken what Donald says. We were just talking about that a couple weeks ago. We love beer can chicken. We have got to do that again.
We need to break the smoker out again soon.
Yep, we do need to get the smoker out. I got an electric smoker hiding over there. I've got a nice wood-fired smoker outside, and I want to build a big one.
Oh, there's Bullet.
Yeah, somebody is awake now because he's a vulture. Loves food. Looking for crumbs down there, ain't you, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
Woo! It's hot.
Don't open them.
I'm not. Sear it both sides and pull it off.
And yes, this is for 4 meals because we carry I carry my meal to work.
You don't have to explain it.
Well,
This might be for 2 meals, and if we want to eat that way, the heck with them. Hey, Eric says, I got more grills than Benny. Yeah, I do. I need to use them more. All right, Farming HVAC, good talking with you. Thanks for hanging out with us.
flip over.
Johnny, I have never tried a big green egg, but I've seen a lot of people use it.
Yes.
Pig's tail utensil for flipping meat. You're exactly right, Kevin. My buddy flips his steaks with one, and I need to get one. So the Ventures of Todd says it'll be in St. Augustine, Florida, first week of April. That is one of her favorite places. She loves St. Augustine. Chris says I can build him a wood smoker to add to the ones that he has. Well, I got to build mine first, buddy. I need a big one. Whenever I come back with all those fish, my little smoker just does not handle a whole bunch of fish. So, it looks like the okra is getting there. Y'all can see.
And I know it
Salty.
looks burnt, but
Well,
it does not
that's
taste.
flavor, though.
Yes.
I'm going to show them that. It actually is a little salted and burnt, crispy. Oh, it's so good. Because you got to understand, whenever you freeze okra, it gets soft like most other vegetables. So, whenever you cook it like this, it's nice to get all that moisture out of it. That's why a lot of people do not freeze vegetables, because they just say, hey, they come out soft. But sauteing is what you do with soft vegetables. So what's the best and worst part of living in Florida? North Carolina girl looking at property in Florida. I would say the best part, at least for our area, is decent taxes, pretty relaxed rules. Some of the worst part, well, another good thing, lots of water and rivers and beaches and just beautiful scenery. Some of the worst parts, extremely hot, high humidity, bugs, and more bugs. So Sharon says it's her birthday and she likes her steak medium rare too. Be there in a minute.
Birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Also my mother's birthday today.
That's right, it is your mom's birthday today. How about that? Summer humidity is the worst, they say. Absolutely. Tell you what, I kind of almost forgot about these bad boys. I gotta flip them. Oh, it's so hard doing this with one hand. I done went too far, I think. Nah, that fat's burnt on the edge, crispy, looking good. That one's a little too far. Woo, yes. So that's it. We pretty much sear them on both sides, pull them off.
Got some bread too.
All right, and wow, she's actually letting us cheat. We're normally on a no bread diet. We're gonna put a little garlic bread over the charcoals.
All right, well this is pretty much done.
And Irma asked, do we freeze all of our garden vegetables? Pretty much all of them, honestly, we do. The vacuum sealing is the way to go. And again, I know a lot of people say, hey, do you blanch them? Or you can't do that, like squash and zucchini, we freeze the heck out of it. But we saute squash and zucchini too. And she makes almost I call it a squash soup with some bacon and other stuff in it. It is so good.
Stewed.
Yeah, just stewed down. So yeah, you're not going to pull it out and expect it to be firm and crispy. But there's so many recipes you can do with soft vegetables. That's why we go through all the hard work of planting them. We are absolutely going to freeze them and keep them. So Roy asked, how old are the pines that you can barely see now? They are 7 years old and almost 14 to 15 foot tall. Are they similar to white pines? I don't believe they are. This is a southern species called Southern Slash. Danny's, hey, it's Danny's birthday today too. Well, happy birthday, Danny. 62 years young. And there's Tiffany with her new shovel that she got for the Blackstone. So yeah, we're having a hard time convincing these people we don't really eat a whole lot. We got shovels out here and 15 pounds of food on it. Yeah, no, we really don't eat a lot. Jeez.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And it's just as simple as this, cleaning it up.
Yes, that's one thing we love about this. Don't walk away from it. I talk about it all the time. Don't go sit down and eat if you have a Blackstone. Spend 2 minutes scraping it off, throwing a little oil on it, and we've had this for a while now. Not a speck of rust anywhere. Mm-hmm. But take care of it while it's hot so it can soak all the oil back in it. Don't forget the steaks. Yes. I'm about to actually pull those off. Sharon says she loves eating outside except for the flying critters. Yes, we are about at that point. Keep a spray bottle filled with mouthwash. It helps with the bugs. How about that? I've never heard that one. That might be something to try. All right, everybody's waiting. Can you give them the hi, hi, hi? Flip an egg, catch it on the side. All right, Farm Family Homestead, thanks for chatting with us. I think we are about to go ourselves just as soon as I get these steaks pulled off. I shouldn't be looking, but whoo, yep, I'm about to pull them. All right, babe. So I think we are going to wrap this thing up, y'all. If I can get Tiffany over here. All right. So we really enjoyed chatting with y'all. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate the donations. Appreciate everybody just watching the videos like you've done this week, chatting with us, commenting. It means a lot. And again, I'm doing my best to get to every single comment because I truly appreciate the time that you're taking out of your day to watch the content that we produce. It means a lot. Lord knows there's a million other channels out there on YouTube you could be watching. So really appreciate you coming by and hanging out with us. So I see a lot of people saying goodbye. Thank y'all so much. Next weekend is going to be questionable. She has a lot of family in town, some people she hasn't seen in a while, sisters and all. I don't know if we're going to get a live stream out next Sunday. I'm going to try. It could just be me. I know a lot of people, numbers are dropping like crazy. People are like, nope, not doing it. She could be here. We're going to get it figured out. If you see a live stream scheduled later this week, that means at least one of us is going to be on it. But we've got to figure out all the family time and things that are going on. This is just going to happen from time to time. Things are going to pop up on Sundays. So, wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Doug. Called us right here at the end. Said he about missed us. Oh, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Doug. He surprises us every week with this.
He really does.
Thank you so much for the
Tell
donation.
him about your package.
It means a lot. Yep. And that's Mr. Doug, who I was just talking about you earlier, but in a good way. He sent us a bug zapper because he felt so bad for us swallowing all these gnats that we've been eating here lately. And that thermocell I was telling you about earlier. So luckily, Mr. Doug, as you predicted, it was cold today, windy, no gnats. Oh, I was in heaven. Enjoyed it. But by next weekend, if we get that live stream going due to her family time that she's got to have first, we will be running your bug products. And thank you so much for supporting us and doing what you've done. So, yep, I know Cash would have sent one, but need a P.O. box. That is on my list this week. I'm going to get a P.O. box set up.
You keep saying that too. So
I know.
Hold them to it.
I swear I've got like a list running with 10 things. I just, you know how your list is. It keeps growing. You don't ever whittle it down. So I have got to work on that. So let me see if there's any more comments there. So hello and bye from North Carolina. Sorry. Yep, it's that time that we're going to jump off. We got to eat our supper that we just cooked.
Steaks are on the grill.
Yep. So good night, everybody. Thank y'all so much for chatting with us. We're going to do our best to get a live stream out next weekend. But again, we got to figure out the family time first. Otherwise, for sure, the weekend after we'll be back. So thank y'all. God bless. Take care.